Good evening all. Today I would be presenting on the design for framework I have used to construct curtains as my project. Okay. Introduction of the curtains. Curtains are so much more than pieces of material that kept the light out and give us privacy. Okay, so each and every one of us needs privacy these days, isn't it? I mean, we would not want anyone to just walk into our rooms or see from the window outside. We all want privacy, and curtain plays this important role in delivering this process. Okay, consider it also when we choose a curtain. What do we do? What do we which factors do we go for when we want to choose the curtains? Some of us, we look at the mood. A curtain, it helps us to create that mood in the room, isn't it? Probably for your bedroom, you want something bright to cheer up your mood. I mean, all of us, bright colors cheers up our mood. And for a formal setting space, there's a heavy silk or velvet needed. Formal setting, for example, a conference room. And curtain, in interior designs, decorative fabric commonly hung to regulate the admission of light at windows and to prevent drafts from door or window openings. I think that was pretty clear and I do not need to explain. Okay, history of curtains. From the early 3100 BC to the 3rd century BC, the great Egyptians invented curtains and used them throughout their entire rule. The very first curtains were made of animal hides and hung in doorways with hooks. Obviously, for the common reason, privacy. People in those days also, they went for privacy. Nothing was probably, materials were not present during that time, so they used the animal hides. However, through the years, the Egyptians spun textiles from flax and linen at first, followed by wool, silk and cotton. So, after those years, these animal hides, people came up with the idea how to use this animal skin to form fabric. Example, silk. Silk is made from acorns. Okay, followed by wool. These were very valuable because these materials were more flexible but still provided a similar layer of warmth as that from the hides. Okay, that was the history. Problem statement. Why I have decided to make a curtain. Why not something else? Well, I think for a very common reason, for privacy and to control light and glare. I mean, I like to sleep late during the day, so I needed a curtain on the windows which would control the light coming into the room. And for the second reason, I also find it easy and cheap if I have made my own curtain rather than purchasing it in the stores. Objectives to create. My objective was to create a curtain which can solve the problem of privacy and light in a low budget and also enhance my personal sewing skills. So being a technology major, I'm becoming a home economics teacher, I also want to enhance my skills at sewing. I want to experience sewing first and then teach my students. There are various types of curtains available. The first two designs are as follows. The eyelet curtains, see it's with the rod, and the tailored pleat curtain. There's a pleat here, so it makes it the tailored pleat. This is only two of the designs portrayed. Next, the methods. The methods I have used. Step 1, the fabric was first chosen. For construction, actually I have lots of fabric. I didn't actually need to buy from somewhere, so I just chose one of the fabrics from my own collection, and then I sewn it. Secondly, the measurements were done. I used the measuring tape to do the measurements and then constructed. And then fabric was cut to pattern preference. I just used one pattern from the internet and then I cut it like that. These are the steps. and then finally the sealing began. These are some of the steps here. The strips were first cut, and then it was attached to the big square piece. Actually, the saving, the whole process, it just took me 2 days to do it. So I was able to complete it in the same week. And this was the finished product, step 5. Budget, the material, I remember I bought it long time back and it was on sale. It was just $2. Thread, I just got it for 50 cents. Scissors, a new scissors I had to buy, $2. So all was done in just $4.50. Whereas if I had shopped for a brand new curtain, it would have honestly cost me about $25. Okay, finally, in conclusion, design frameworks are very useful to all students as it guides them to think before acting. It is where a person may have various ideas and techniques to reach its goals. Constructing your own product then buying is very helpful as it helps in your skill development and also less money is spent. Choosing the right material for your curtain were challenging, but after researching about the curtain's history and functions, it came to know that the best curtain materials were velvet and silk and fox. Thank you very much. And now, any questions, please?
Okay, can you share all your experience on the design framework?
Okay, design framework. Not many people use these frameworks these days. I think it's very hectic and all, but in my own experience, I think design framework helped me to make the curtain in a more faster pace, and also my budget. I did not overdo my budget. Everything was done in the way I assumed it would go according to the framework. So design, I would advise everyone, in order to construct a product, please just use your framework to do so. Lastly, I would like to thank my lecturer for guiding me through this project, and also I have not been able to do my presentation in the projector as I was very sick during this week. So I did my slide at home, and would like to take apology to Mr. Taniala for doing it at home. I hope this is acceptable. Thank you very much.